Hello guys, it's your boy Anomaly from Sweden, and in today's video we are going to be talking about a real problem in CSGO, and that's that we're running out of cases and I'm not really sure what can be done. Now, let me explain. If you've opened a case in the recent weeks or months, you may have noticed that cases are kind of expensive. But before we get into that, this video was brought to you by Skins Monkey. They're a trading site for CSGO skins, and it's just as simple as that. It's a good way to change up your loadout easily every so often to play with some new skins. And they've got a 30% deposit bonus, and if you use the link in the description or put the code Anomaly, you get another 5% for a total 35% deposit bonus. If you're making your first trade, you can also use code Anomaly and get up to $5 for free. They've also got a freebies tab for giveaways, which you can join for free. So if you want to try them out, then please use the link in the description, and thank you Skins Monkey once again for sponsoring this video. So, some example of this, for example, the Revolution case, which is a new case, they tend to be quite high in value when they release because there's not that many, and then drop off under €1 easily. And that was the case for the Revolution case as well. It started off being very expensive, and it's going down in price because more and more are being dropped. It dropped all the way to almost under €2, but now all of a sudden, it's back up over €3, which is very weird. And the second newest case, the Recoil case, same thing happening to that one. If we look at the lifetime graph, it looks kind of flat, but if we look at the month graph, you can see it's going from €0.7 now all the way up to over €1.1. Percentage wise, that's a huge increase. The Dreams and Nightmares, same thing happening to that case. You can see in the month graph, it's going up so much. We also have the CSGO weapon case, the oldest case in the game. You can see in the lifetime graph, it's been going up like crazy. Same with the Bravo case. It's now almost €80 on the Steam market. And some classic cases that have always, or at least for a very long time, been steady at like 0.03 cents. We can now see, look here, steady at 0.04, 0.05, but now in the month graph, it's over €3. The Gamma case as well. The Gamma case now is over €2. And finally, the Clutch case is now over €1. Now, why does this happen? Why are cases all of a sudden getting so extremely expensive? The cheapest case right now is like 50 cents, and that's in euro. So that already puts a huge dent to the amount of money you're gonna spend if you're gonna do a case opening. Like, now you can't anymore just disregard the price of cases. No, you have to take that into account. But why? Well, let me explain. So this Reddit thread kind of leads us in the right direction. It's by the Frederick guy, which I also talked about in my video on how many cases are being opened every day. Calculations made by CSGO Case Tracker suggests almost 40 million cases were opened in March 2023, so last month. Now, if you watch that video on how many cases are being opened every day, we saw that the average cases being opened per month is usually way under 40 million. Actually, if I open up my old spreadsheet for this, we can see that per month, the average amount of cases being opened is around 21.8 million. So that's almost double how many cases are usually being opened. Now, of course, this has to do with a lot of things. CS2 is one of the huge reasons, because now people want back into CS, they want skins, they open cases and they have fun, so more cases are going to be opened. Which, yeah, that kind of leads to an increase in price. But that's not the only problem. Like Don Hachi tweeted here, aren't there more cases being opened than entering the game? What's gonna happen once there's no cases left and everyone's fighting for the daily case drops? Well, that's kind of already happening. A lot of bots are just spinning in deathmatch to get drops and cases because it's free money. But since I wasn't sure exactly how the drops worked, I asked, how do we know how many cases are being dropped? And it started up a discussion. But from my understanding of drops, it seems that you get 2 drops every week, one of them most likely being a skin and one of them most likely being a graffiti or a case. Now, if there's only those 2 drops you can get per week, that means that most likely you're only going to maybe get 1 case per week of playing. And if you look at Steam charts, you can see that the 24-hour peak was 1.4 million players, and if you then take that times 30 days, you know, that's a lot of players, but not every single player is going to be playing once every week, so they won't get all the case drops. And yeah, I think Don Hachi is right. I think right now, more cases are being opened than they are being dropped, which is a huge problem. Now, they're referencing CSGO Case Tracker, which is a website set up to track how many cases are being opened. And as you can see here, an estimated 39.5 million cases were unboxed in March 2023. And they even have this nice graph where you can actually see the amount of cases being opened. And since we're now a little bit into April, we can see that in the last 30 days, around 42.3 million cases were opened in the last 30 days. That's not good, because the number just keeps going up. And as you can see by the cases, the orange ones are discontinued, the green ones are confirmed rare drops, and the blue ones are actively dropping. And obviously, most of the blue ones are going to be opened, along with the clutch case, because that's the same gloves as in the Revolution case. But you can see, less and less of these older cases are being opened, because of course they're getting more expensive, because they are being opened, but they're not dropping. Now, the question is, what's going to happen with CSGO cases? Because in this pace, it seems like we are eventually going to run out of cases, and they're just going to be, like, infinitely expensive. Cases are always going to be dropping, at least from the active drops, because people are going to be playing the game. But now it seems that they're going to get more and more expensive, because the demand for it is being larger than the supply. And if you know, like, economics, that's not good for the price, because the price is gonna go up. Now, this is a real problem, and I'm sure Valve has some grand master plan of how to save it, but I'm not sure how, because what can they do? They can maybe increase a third drop every week, which is guaranteed to be a case. They could maybe make cases more commonly dropped, or they could simply release more cases in the style of operations, where you basically buy the cases for the operation stars, and they don't really count towards this weekly drop. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to do any of that. They might just be Valve themselves and let everything just happen, and then prices of cases are going to be going up eventually, and it won't be worth really opening many cases at all, other than the ones actively dropping. But yeah, if I had case investments, I'm not sure if I would be selling now, because what it looks like all the way up until summer, and probably after that, when CS2 releases, the hype for the game is going to be insane, and people are just going to keep opening cases. People are going to keep coming back to CSGO to play, and it seems like there's no stopping the amount of cases being opened, and it's not slowing down. Rather, as you can see, it's picking up. So yeah, I'm at least very happy, because I've invested in some cases. I haven't bought like insane amounts. Some people bought thousands and thousands of cases when they were only 3 cents each. Me, myself, I've only bought a few shattered webs, and my most successful case investment was probably the Bravo case, because I bought these when they were around 14 euro each. And as you can see, now on the market, they're like 80 euros, which is insane. And technically, these are still dropping. Yes, they are very rare, and getting a Bravo case drop is extremely uncommon, but technically, they're still not discontinued. So what does this mean for other cases? It means they might go to the moon. I don't know. But if I had a lot of cases now, I'll be very happy. And also, that's a tip for you guys. If you have any other accounts that have gotten drops in the past, like Smurf accounts that you played on, you should check them, because some of these cases are really expensive. Like Chroma cases are now over 3 euro. I have a friend who has a Smurf account who checked his account, and he apparently had 1,500 euro worth of cases in his unknown Smurf account, which he thought he had no skins or any value on. So yeah, that was my quick rant about the big looming issue we have with CS and cases, that we are sooner than later most likely going to run out of cases, which yeah, what does that mean for my case opening videos? I don't know. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it, and I hope you check your Smurf accounts, and I hope that you have hundreds of very expensive cases. Now, I'm going to go cry, because I didn't buy these cases when they were literally $0.03 on the market. Yeah, yeet! And my most successful, I'm gonna kill.